Hello, English learners, and welcome back to the Daily English Drop. My name is Anna.
And I'm James. How are you doing, Anna?
James, I'm feeling fantastic today. You sound keen.
I am. We've got a fantastic segment lined up for everybody.
Yes, we have a really frequent scenario where we're going to use authentic English, right?
Absolutely. Real-world English, the language people actually use. And that's precisely what we want you to master. What are we focusing on today specifically?
Today we have a very common situation, one that's a little awkward.
All right, a mortifying situation. So let's have a listen to the dialogue for the initial time. It will be quite rapid.
Yep. But don't stress if you don't catch every single thing, because after 10 minutes it will all make sense.
Ideal. All right, let's listen. James, how's life treating you?
Oh, hey, what brings you to this part of town? Do you live nearby?
Actually, my workplace is just around the bend. It was such a pleasure meeting you at the summit last week. I truly valued our chat about global funding.
Yeah, that was genuinely fascinating. Listen, I'm in a bit of a rush, but here's my business card. We should absolutely get together again and resume our discussion.
Sure thing. You still have my contact info, right?
You know what? This is really uncomfortable, but your name has just totally blanked on me. Could you refresh my memory?
Of course. My name is Anna Ferris. Don't worry about it. It happens to me constantly. I'm also terrible with names. Wow. Nick forgot her name.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times, and I'll tell you the story a bit later on.
Okay. All right. Well, let's kick off with our 3 language points.
So our first term in our language takeaway is in a bit of a rush.
In a bit of a rush.
In a bit of a rush.
In a bit of a rush. So, Nick was hurrying, right?
That's right. This is a super expression. So let's hear 3 illustrations of how you might use this expression. Can you accelerate? I'm in a bit of a rush. I can't speak right now. I'm in a bit of a rush. I'm in a bit of a rush, so I'll review these documents later.
Okay, so it's crystal clear now. Essentially, it signifies that you lack time. You are moving very swiftly.
Okay? Perfect. Now, let's examine our second language takeaway term and its contact info.
Contact information.
Contact information.
Contact info. So, what is your contact info?
Fundamentally, this is the data you can locate on your business card.
All right, so we have things like our name, our phone number, your email address, maybe your mobile phone number. So all the pertinent information so people can connect with you.
Yep. So people can phone you or message you.
Okay, so contact info. Excellent.
Okay, so our third term is totally blanked on me.
Totally blanked on me.
Totally blanked on me.
Totally blanked on me. So, this is a humorous idiom. It's somewhat peculiar, right?
Yeah. Totally blanked on me. It sounds quite odd.
Exactly. Okay, so now we're going to hear 2 illustrations of this idiom. Try and see if you can decipher its meaning. I apologize, I neglected to reply to your email. It just totally blanked on me. Don't you recall what day it is today? Oh, it's your birthday. It completely, totally blanked on me.
So totally blanked on me is like, I forgot. You forgot something.
Uh-huh. So, inadvertently, right?
Okay, great. Now it's time for piecing it together.
All right, Anna. Why don't you explain to our listeners what piecing it together is?
Well, piecing it together assists you in synthesizing language. It helps you become more adept by knowing how words interconnect.
Great. So, let's examine our first idiom today, and it's around the bend.
Around the bend.
Around the bend.
Around the bend. So, this is like nearby, close by, right? I can ask, for instance, is there a cash machine around the bend?
Yeah. So that's, is there a cash machine close to here?
Exactly. Now, this idiom, around the bend, we can tweak it slightly, and it signifies something a bit different, right?
I could say, Anna, there's a fantastic bistro right around the corner.
Right. And that would mean there is a fantastic bistro on the next street.
Yep, around the corner.
Great. Or we have another illustration. We can say in that vicinity.
In that vicinity, right? So, for example, I can say, Los Angeles is a superb city. I used to reside in that vicinity.
So, you used to live close to Los Angeles.
Exactly. All right, it's a genuinely useful idiom, and it's very frequent.
Yeah. Now, our next idiom in piecing it together is hopeless with.
Hopeless with,
Hopeless with.
hopeless with. So, we have a few illustrations that will demonstrate how this idiom functions. You're hopeless with figures. You can't even recall your own phone number. I'm hopeless with navigation. I'm perpetually getting lost. I'm hopeless with faces. I can never remember what people look like.
Wow, I understand that. I'm also hopeless with figures. I can barely calculate 2 plus 2.
Well, yeah, I guess not everyone is a figures person. I'm hopeless with faces. I sometimes forget what people look like.
Seriously? Uh-oh. So, I think it's time now for us to listen to our dialogue a second time.
Okay, this time the dialogue will be a little more leisurely, right? So, try and listen for some of the terms we've just discussed.
So, it's clearer now. You can grasp it much better, right?
Yeah, that's true. Great. So, now it's time for us to examine proficiency boosters.
So, with proficiency boosters, we take some very basic expressions and demonstrate how you can be more fluent, or how you can sound more like a native speaker.
Yeah, great. In the start of the dialogue, Anna said, James, how's life treating you?
Yeah, this is a wonderful expression. It sounds genuinely natural. You know, sometimes I hear students say, "How are you?" or "How are you doing?" Those are two great expressions, but this one sounds truly natural.
It just sounds more relaxed.
Yeah. Let's listen again to that expression from the dialogue. How's life treating you?
How's life treating you? Great. So, next time you encounter a friend on the street, you can just say, Hey, how's life treating you?
So, James, have you ever completely forgotten someone's name?
Yeah, it's occurred to me a couple of times. And actually, the most mortifying scenario was that I forgot a family member's name. We had like a family gathering, and there were a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins that I hadn't seen in ages. And I just forgot one of my uncle's names, and I was, oh.
That's quite awkward. So, what did you do?
Well, I had to ask one of my other cousins. I'm like, hey, who is that gentleman? He's like, oh, that's Uncle John. I'm like, oh man, I totally forgot. Yeah, so it was truly mortifying because I didn't know what to call him, so I just called him Uncle because I didn't know his name.
Hi, Uncle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, when that occurs to me when I'm in a professional setting, sometimes what I do is I request their business card.
Ah, yeah. That's a clever approach.
Yeah. Or sometimes I might ask them to jot down their email, because usually their full name is spelled out in their email address. So, that's my trick when I've completely forgotten someone's name.
That's a sound trick, and I guess a lot of our listeners can adopt your suggestion on that.
Okay. So I think it's time for us to listen to our dialogue one final time. This time at normal pace.
Well, I trust that you've all enjoyed our segment for today, and remember to check out our online portal at https://www.google.com search qdailyenglishDrop.com, where you can find a lot of additional resources and you can post all your queries and remarks.
Yeah, James and I are always on the site, so we're pleased to answer all of your queries.
Exactly. So now it's time for us to say
Goodbye.